Hello everyone, I'm Tammy. This is the channel of Global People Daily News. On October 1st, we celebrate International Day of Older Peoples, a day designated to remind us of the importance of upholding the basic human rights of the elder population worldwide, especially in the face of global age trends. It is a perfect day to invite seniors to share their life wisdom and experience, allowing us to learn and grow from their stories. Today, we are honored to have 4 wise elders with us, each hailing from different backgrounds and walks of life, but all possessing their unique perspective and wisdom as they navigate their golden years. First, we have Josetta Ogo, who dedicated 30 years to teaching. Today, she will share with us some heartwarming stories from her time as an educator and what entering old age has meant to her. Let's listen to her insights.
We often hear people say, "Getting old is no fun," or "I hate to get old." However, my realization of getting old is quite different. My memories of my younger age are unforgettable. However, getting old has brought me comfort and joy. I was an English teacher for more than 30 years and my teaching career is memorable. In 1967, I had a chance to teach in a brand new private Catholic school, Kungjen Middle School. The ages of my students were 12 or 13. Most of them were the most outstanding students from Kungjen Elementary School. A small number of students came from other elementary schools. There were only 3 teachers with tenure at that time, and I was one of them. There were only 3 classes, 2 boy students and 1 girl students. The regulations of this school were very strict. All students boarded at school dormitory, they all wore uniforms, and their hair had to be the same length. After supper, they had study hours from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Teachers stayed on for an extra hour after school to help students with their academic problems. Students were very competitive and their parents had very high expectations of their children. We put all our attention into our students, hoping that they could be admitted to best senior high schools. In such an environment, teachers and students spent a lot of time together and we got to know one another very well. Fulfilling our expectations, most of our students did very well on the senior entrance examination and were admitted to excellent schools. Our efforts were not in vain. My students are now in their 60s. After these years, they have still kept in touch with me and we talk on Zoom once a month. We often talk for hours. Their care, calls and love always fill an empty spot in my heart, which is a blessing to my old age. In the summer of 1993, I was accepted as a Dizzy, students and children, by my Shifu, teacher and master, to practice Qigong. When I was interviewed by him, the first thing he encouraged me to do was improve myself and control my temper. His advice and exhortation became the turning point of my life. Doing Qigong exercise for a short time healed my migraine and I became more energetic. During Qigong classes, we often share with others our improvements and our backgrounds and life experiences with one another. I gradually became more humble and sincere. That enabled me to get along with others better and to make more friends. As we are often blinded by images of war and hatred, we tend to cling to our destructive ways. It is a challenge to get rid of our bad habits. However, the longer I attended classes, the more I realized that practicing Qigong is not only to improve us physically, but also spiritually. Influenced by brothers and sisters' good examples, I began to accept well-meaning criticism and determined to correct my mistakes. Acting according to my conscience helps me to let go all my worries, anxieties, and nervousness. I felt more relaxed and happier. As Qigong practitioners, we are encouraged to do one good deed each day. In doing so, I have become more compassionate and more generous. We often say, one's appearance reflects one's heart. My smiles have become more engaging. It's so true that wisdom comes from the accumulation of experiences. The older I get, the more mature and more experienced I become. Experiences keep me more perceptive. When I run into a predicament, I am able to handle it in a rational and positive way instead of making impetuous decisions. Since I retired, I had more opportunities to travel around the world. My experiences visiting 85 countries have opened my eyes and broadened my world vision. I am now approaching 83. Once in a while, I am invited to give a talk to young people at church about the stories of my experiences traveling. They usually listen attentively and with their eyes open. After I finished, they surrounded me with interesting questions. At such moments, I am proud of my old age. I realize that compassion, tolerance, and magnanimity in action guided by our conscience are the key to what I believe getting old is a blessing.
Thank you for your sharing, Josette Ogo. You have reminded us that entering old age is indeed a blessing. The care of students, the accumulation of wisdom and experience, and the transformation brought about by practicing Qigong have provided her comfort and joy. Acting with a clear conscience has allowed her to relax worries, anxious, and tensions, making her increasingly relaxed and happier in her late years. Next, we have Helen. With her 3 children having grown and moved out, she has experienced a significant lifestyle change. Let's hear how Helen has used her wisdom to adapt the new phase of life.
Hello, ni hao. My name is Helen and I am originally from Ireland, but I live in the United States now for the past 30 years. Myself and my husband Seamus, we have 4 children. We raised 4 of them here in a condo in Florida, and we live in a small community. My husband has just retired last year, and last year our youngest son graduated college and he moved away. He's working in Denver, Colorado, and my other 3 children are all moved away from home and they're also working. So we spend our time, doing various things. I personally do a lot of walking people's dogs. When people go on vacation or if they're sick and they can't walk a dog, I take them into my home and take care of them, and they stay with us for several days and maybe several weeks. Also, my husband loves to golf. When he retired, he started golfing a lot, and we have a lot of golf in Florida. So that's a favorite pastime, particularly people who are retired. And he cycles every day. We're lucky enough to live right by the beach. He cycles every day on the beach to keep healthy. And but most importantly, we like to help our neighbours and anybody who needs some help. We're always here. Our door is always opened. Not quite, but always people are welcome. We are travelling a lot since my husband retired. Both of us have families. I'm one of 9 children, and I have all my siblings live in Ireland. My husband's parents are still alive, and his siblings live in Ireland. So every year we try to go back and visit all of them at least twice. It's quite expensive to travel, but we try and do our best. So that's my life and my husband's life living here in Florida. Bye-bye.
Thank you for your sharing, Helen. Helen and her husband have filled their retirement years with variety of activity, focusing on maintaining their health and welcoming neighborhood to their home, making every day exciting. Our next speaker, David Wogemuth, is also enjoying his retirement. Besides spending more time with family, they have many fulfilling plans. Let's welcome his insights.
My name is David Wogemuth. I live in Daytona Beach Shores, Florida with my wife Donna. Since the two of us retired, we spend a lot of our time visiting with family. We have 4 children and 7 grandchildren. We get together quite often to celebrate birthdays and anniversaries. In fact, we have just made reservations for next month where the whole family is going to get together in Orlando to celebrate a birthday. We also follow our grandchildren. We have 2 grandsons that play in a marching band. We go to see their events. 2 of our granddaughters play soccer. We try to get to see their games, and our other 2 granddaughters play basketball, and we try to get to see them also. We also are active in our church. We attend weekly church services, and in addition to that, we are part of a prayer group that meets every Tuesday night. Very close-knit group of 16 to 18 people, and we also do service projects out of there, like helping people remodel their homes, etc. We also try and visit my siblings, which live about 1,000 miles away in another state. Try to get there at least once a year to see my brothers and sisters. And then sometimes just the 2 of us, we like to travel. In the last 3 or 4 years, in 2020, we spent 14 days traveling to Israel, Jerusalem. Then 2 years ago, we took a trip with my brothers and sisters out to the West Coast to tour the national parks of America. And then last year we went with my daughter, her husband, and the grandsons because the marching band was playing in Ireland. We visited Ireland and London and then Paris. For the entire trip was approximately 2 weeks. And the next year we have planned a river cruise in Europe that will take about 9 or 10 days. And that's basically how we spend our time. Visiting family, working with the church, and doing some travel.
Thank you, David Wogemuth, for sharing. Your retirement life seems incredibly fulfilling. In addition to regularly attending the performance and family event of your descendants, you also extend to helping hand to those in need and plan unique travel for yourself. Our final speaker, Maria Marikek, will offer a different perspective on the changes and reflections brought about by aging. Let's hear what Maria has to share.
Mi nombre es María Marikek. Gracias por la invitación. La ayuda a los mayores es muy importante. Viven constantes cambios que afectan a sus vidas, tanto social como a nivel de salud. Hemos avanzado mucho en esta sociedad, un tanto estresante. Evidentemente afecta a la tercera edad. Los mayores han trabajado desde muy jóvenes para obtener unos derechos, tales como una jubilación digna, ya que no considero que trabajar hasta los 67 años o más sea lógico. Debemos dar oportunidades a los jóvenes para que tengan un futuro lleno de oportunidades. Los mayores han educado hijos, nietos. Determinados organismos necesitan tomar medidas. Nuestros mayores precisan más apoyo. Efectivamente, muchos países cuentan con dichas ayudas, pero no todos. Medios sociales, asistencia domiciliaria y hospitalaria son muy importantes. Buscar más alternativas de ocio para que no permanezcan aislados aquellas personas que no tienen recursos suficientes porque no han cotizado el máximo o no tienen recursos económicos que les permitan acceder a dichas ayudas. Muchos mayores pasan de vivir independientemente a una residencia, lo cual el costo es muy elevado. Para ello, muchos tienen que vender propiedades o ser cuidados por allegados y asistentes sociales. Comprender que ellos, ellas, son nuestro referente a las enfermedades Alzheimer, Parkinson, entre otras. La sanidad pública y privada dispone de herramientas para ayudar, no siempre al alcance de todos los ciudadanos. Es muy importante seguir investigando estas afecciones que afectan a millones de personas, tanto a nivel físico como mental. Afortunadamente, contamos con grandes profesiones en la sanidad a nivel familiar. Ellos precisan apoyo también, ya que no es fácil. En la sociedad actual, todos los ciudadanos vivimos aceleradamente, delegando dicha responsabilidad en sanitarios para poder seguir trabajando, asumiendo un coste que no todos pueden pagar. Nuestros mayores se han modernizado, retomando en muchos casos aficiones, hábitos de vida saludables. Desearíamos que ocuparan ese tiempo según sus costumbres, retrasando dolencias, evitando entrar a depresión, ansiedad o estrés. Pensemos que han vivido vidas plenas. Dejaré siempre constancia que tenemos que invertir tiempo en ayudarles y la calidad de vida. Gracias a todos los ciudadanos del mundo en este día, dedicado con gran aprecio y amor a todos los mayores del mundo.
Thank you, Maria Marique, for your enlightening insights. You have reminded us of a very real issue that aging can present. Aging is a natural process and we all face it. But how we approach it is of utmost importance. We hope that after listening of the wisdom and experience sharing by these four speakers, you can learn and grow so that our future can be as vibrant as their golden years. Hope you enjoyed today's topic. If you like this video, please give the thumbs up and leave a comment down below. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel. See you next time. Bye bye.